Okay, we're back. Hi, I'm Wes Kim, President of the Board of Directors of Seattle for Musica, and welcome to all of you, and thank you for your patience as we ironed out some technical difficulties. We are now live streaming our auction, the Roaring 2020s. Thank you so much for rolling with us as we go through a lot of changes due to the changing environment, and so we're trying this live stream thing out, and we may run into yet more technical difficulties, so we appreciate your patience as we figure this out.
Hi, that's me. I'm Katie Scobold. I'm the Executive Director of Seattle for Musica, and I echo Wes's welcome. We're so glad to have so many of you here. I also want to remind you that we have a chat that you are invited to participate in during our auction. We're keeping an eye on it so we can catch things like, oh, hey, there's no sound. That's very helpful information. We'll also have a time to take questions, so if you have any, you can pop them in there. I can answer them when I'm not on the screen. All right, and it's not just me and Wes. We've got another guest with us, and I'm going to throw it over to her.
Hi, everybody. This is Amelia Earhart coming to you live from not the Museum of Flight. Welcome to Seattle for Musica's Roaring 2020s. Wow, it is cold up here in the open cockpit at 20,000 feet. Whew, glad I'm bundled up. All right, we've got a wonderful time in store for you tonight. It's great to have you all with us. I hope you have filled your glasses and have many, many refreshing beverages waiting for you as the evening wears on. We've got entertainment galore, amazing things to bid on, 4 of which are live tonight. Bid on them on the regular bidding website. They're already being bid on. I've been watching this and they're already like scooting up. So make sure you get in there and pay attention.
Now, we are something like 15 minutes and a technical difficulty into our live stream. And I promised you in advance that we would make a cocktail together, or a mocktail if that is your preference. So I would like to show you the way to make a Sazerac. Cheers.
Well, hi. I'm Katie Scobold. You know that already because you've already been watching this live stream. We did a poll today about which of the Prohibition-era cocktails you wanted to see me make in this live stream, and the Sazerac won by a landslide. So I'm going to make my version of a Sazerac. There are several different versions. Some of them have simple syrup, some of them have muddled sugar cubes, some of them have extra dashes of Angostura bitters as well as the Peychaud's, but we'll get into that. Here is my version of a Sazerac. You need, for any real Sazerac, you need absinthe and you need a rye whiskey. I have Old Overholt, mostly because Overholt looks like Scovolt, which is my last name. Also, it's about 16 bucks instead of 45. So, nailing it. To move forward, you need to have a glass and an absinthe. You've got a couple of options, but you need to coat the inside of the glass with absinthe. If you're not a person who really likes licorice, you should probably skip this entire drink, but I really like the absinthe flavor. So you can pour in a little bit, smoosh it around, and then pour it out at a later time, or you can be really fancy like me. My mom got me this for Christmas. It's a mister. Ooh, yeah, right there. Ooh, it looks like olive oil. That's fine, it's absinthe, I promise. So I've misted the inside of my glass with absinthe. A little messily, but I've already had one of these cocktails, so don't worry about it. Anyway, into your mixing glass, crack a couple of giant ice cubes. The reason I'm cracking the ice cubes is to get more surface area so that the Sazerac can get colder faster. Yep, cool, great job. Yeah, oh my god. Yes, freaking nailed it. All right. You want an ounce and a half, probably, of rye whiskey, or more than that if you're feeling whiskey frisky. God, please edit this. Okay, so it goes in there. I have a little fennel simple syrup that goes with the non-alcoholic cocktail that I'm also making. Stay tuned. But this is fennel simple. And this is Peychaud's aromatic cocktail bitters. 2 or 3. This is what gives you that like very classic Sazerac-y color. I don't have a bar spoon. This works just fine. You need to stir until the ice creates condensation on the outside of the glass. That gives you the clue that your drink is cold enough and that enough of the ice has melted so that it's not just like a straight shot of rye whiskey, but in fact has become a cocktail. This you do for ever. All right, enough fooling around. This is the point at which some people would pour out the excess absinthe, but really I just don't have enough in here to want to get rid of it because I just like the flavor. So, next step is to take a lemon, get one that doesn't suck, this one sucks, and get a big old strip of peel with some pith on the back so that you have the structure to squeeze, because you want the oils from the peel of the lemon to make your drink lovely. It's fine. And that's a Sazerac. Look how pretty it is. What a nice color. Cheers to you. I'm just gonna drink it. I promised you a non-alcoholic beverage, so I decided to do sort of a riff on a Sazerac idea by making a fennel simple syrup. Fennel simple syrup is 1 part water to 1 part sugar and then fennel seeds, and you just boil that down. You should reduce it by about half, but taste it and see what you like and make sure that it feels right to you and that you've got enough flavor. The longer you boil it, the more reduced it will get, and the more intensely concentrated the flavor will become. And if you take it off earlier, it'll be lighter and more gentle. So, to make a beverage with a simple syrup base, you just take the simple syrup and you put it in your glass. This glass already has ice in it. I did that. If you're a person who avoids alcohol for reasons of just not wanting to get drunk, and bitters are something that you like, a shake or two of aromatic bitters will make this a little more Sazerac-y, or you can do orange bitters. That might be nice for a citrus flavor. Also completely unnecessary. So when you've made your fennel simple syrup, it's going to have a crap ton of seeds in it, so you can either strain it out directly or just be very careful with your little teaspoon. And I'm also going to put some lemon in here because that's nice. But first I'm going to take off a big piece of the outside. As you saw earlier, I tried to use my peeler for that, and it's kind of BS, so I'm going to start with this. Oh, tiny bit better. A little lemon, that's our business. Tuck it in. And I'm going to juice this tiny crap lemon into the beverage. Oh my god, buy good citrus, y'all, I swear. Sad. Katie has a hernia on camera. Alright, it's fine. Little strainer, very helpful when you have 1,000 fennel seeds in your simple. So, I'm going to do about a tablespoon's worth of the simple. Maybe a little less than that. Because, you know, you can always add more, but if it's too sweet, you can't take it away. So, I'm going to stir that part around. Again, that's lemon juice and fennel simple syrup. And I'm just going to add club soda on the top. Club soda topper. And a little bit of carbonation, and I'm gonna mix it right, and now I'm gonna taste it with my mouth. It's really good. You should definitely make this, and you don't miss the booze at all. Cheers!
It's great to see you all here. And, you know, in all seriousness, I just want to say that you've all been such wonderful supporters of Per Musica already in the past month. As most of you know, just a month ago, we had to cancel our March 7 and 8 concerts due to COVID-19, our Shall Not Be Denied concerts. We had to cancel those, which was very, very sad for us. And because of that, we launched an emergency fundraising campaign to make up for those lost ticket sales and to just keep us functioning for the next month or two. And you all came through like champs. I'm just so overwhelmed because we made over $25,000 in just 3 weeks, thanks to your support. And it's so gratifying to know how much you all care about Seattle Per Musica and how invested you are and how much you want to see us continue to survive and thrive. So thank you so much for helping to keep us afloat during this difficult time. We love you. We appreciate you. We are your family, and we really thank you. And now I'm going to shoot it back to Wes for some more of this evening's entertainment.
Thank you, Karen. And again, I echo all of Karen's thanks to everyone out there who contributed to the COVID-19 relief campaign. It's a situation that I don't think any of us on the board or staff could have imagined that we would be facing this year. And it's just so gratifying to know that what we do is so important to everyone out there. And just thank you again for the support you've given us. So the piano music you've heard tonight has been provided by our very own Dwight Beckmeyer, and he even recorded a special number for us. So we're going to take a look at that in just a second. And then after that number, we're going to go to an intermission. So hopefully that'll give everyone a chance to check out where their bids are at, put in some more bids, maybe make that drink that Katie showed us how to make. Or maybe you just want to cut a rug because Dwight's got a pretty bouncy number for us. So take it away, Dwight, and we'll see you all a few minutes after that. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Dwight Beckmeyer, Seattle Pro Musica's favorite rehearsal pianist. Gee, this piece is swell. It really goes to beat the band. Here's the Charleston.
Okay, welcome back, everybody. Thank you again, Dwight, for all your lovely playing. And I'm going to talk to you now a little bit about something that has come up quite a bit since we've all been staying at home and staying healthy, which is the topic of virtual choirs. So the thing about virtual choir is that it is no substitute for being in the same room and singing together. People will record their own parts at home, and then later those get put together into a performance. So there's not only not having the people around you singing with you, but there's also that sort of delayed aspect to it. So, those of you who have been online for a few years, you'll recall that, of course, Mr. Eric Whitaker was one of the first people to really make virtual choirs go viral. We don't have his budget for special effects or the amount of hair care products I'm sure he goes through. So, we would probably do something a little more modest. So recently, the Seattle Girls Choir made this very lovely video that got local news coverage, and you can see you have all the singers here in their homes recording their parts, and then their director has put it together after the fact. Now, what you cannot do, and this just so you know, you cannot do this over a Zoom teleconference. So this choir in the UK tried to sing the Hallelujah chorus. Well, here, listen.
Here we go. 3, 4. Hallelujah.
Yeah, it doesn't really work. So we're going to try it. Everyone's going to record their parts at home separately, not all at once, of course. We gave everyone a very handy video with Karen conducting Reg Unterzeyer's Steady Light. And so everyone's busy working on their own parts on their own time, and they will send them in. And we hope to have the finished product for you in 2 weeks when we do our closing night event, which will also be a YouTube live stream, and hopefully will not include a brief 10-minute pause at the beginning while we work out some of the technical details. I will say, we've received some videos already from singers in the choir. If we were keeping score by section, soprano twos are just knocking it out of the park. We have practically the whole section has already finished their recording. So good on you, soprano twos. Everybody else, maybe later this weekend or sometime in the next few days, if you could work on your part, and then we could actually have like a balanced ensemble in the virtual choir. So again, we're hoping to have that ready to show to you all in 2 weeks' time. So, and you'll want to come back in 2 weeks anyway, so you can watch our closing night event. We have some other pieces of entertainment that we're going to want to share with you that night, and of course, find out who some of the winners are on these big items.
As I mentioned earlier tonight, and most of you already really know this, that we had to cancel our March 7 and 8 concerts. Shall not be denied. Very sad, heartbreaking for us, really. And the music was fantastic. The importance of this music was really dear to my heart, which was celebrating the 100th anniversary of the 19th Amendment, giving women the right to vote in this country. All the music on that concert was by American women composers of the last 100 years, most of them still alive. And what we'd like to do right now is to share with you a clip from our dress rehearsal of this concert, because we had to cancel right after our first dress rehearsal. So this is a clip, a portion of a piece by Caroline Shaw, which is called Her Beacon Hand Beckons. And the text for this was written by the composer, Caroline Shaw, and it's her riff on the text that's on the Statue of Liberty by Emma Lazarus, the New Colossus. And it speaks about welcoming immigrants to our country. So please enjoy this clip from our dress rehearsal. Wasn't that an amazing piece? So beautiful. And I am really looking forward to, and I know the choir is looking forward to performing that piece and all the other music from Shall Not Be Denied next season, because we will perform it next year. We shall not be denied. We'll be doing it. It's an important concert. It's stunning music, and it's going to happen. But for the time being, Pro Musica, like choirs everywhere, has to withdraw and not rehearse together because it's just not safe to do that right now. This is heartbreaking for us. It's heartbreaking for every choir, because getting together in a room with other people and making music and harmonizing together is what we do. It's our lifeblood. And I'd like to actually share with you a blog post that I came across recently that it expresses this so eloquently. Bear with me a minute, if you will. And this blog post is from Joan Riddle Steinman, who's a high school director in the Salt Lake City area. And this is her post from March 18. It's called "Because Choir is Greater Than the Sum of Its Parts." Here's the deal, my friends. Unless you are singing in a room with people, it isn't choir, period. Choir is about connection. Choir is about 30 or 210 or even 6 singers all shaping a vowel so perfectly that the overtones extend up to heaven and make the angels weep. Choir is your college roommate. She won first place in your hometown Met auditions. And it's about your great Aunt Ruth. She turned 89 last month and wants everyone to know that she still has her high notes. They sing together every Sunday, and the paint doesn't peel off the walls. Why? Choir. That's why. Choir is magical. Alone, I'm a soprano, but in choir, I'm a tenor and an alto and a bass. When you sing in a choir, the sound of the whole choir comes out of your mouth. Boom! Magic. Choir isn't something you can do alone in a room with a webcam on your computer. It just isn't. Period. So be kind to your choral friends. We are suffering. We feel this disconnect keenly. And yes, we know about Eric Whitaker and his virtual choir. We love Eric. He's our token rock star, and he makes our whole sport sexier. And in these days of deadly airborne pathogens, choir is as much a contact sport as football. We will retreat to the sidelines. We will learn to use Zoom and Google Hangouts. We will record our voices and send them into the unknown. We retreat willingly because at the end of the day, we love great Aunt Ruth and her questionable high notes. Her life is on the line. And choir just isn't worth the risk. But these late days won't last forever, my friends. We will make it through this. And when we sing together again, it will be amazing. So I love that blog post. I can hardly get through it without crying because it says everything we're feeling. I know some of you have been asking about the Fund a Dream. This is a moment we come to in our auction every year. It's our Raise the Paddle moment where I unveil a dream for our future, for our next season, and ask people to support it with their generous gifts. Some people call Fund a Dream Fund a Need. And this year it really is a need more than a dream. Because we, like every other arts organization, are struggling just to stay afloat, just to keep from going under. We don't know how long we won't be performing. We hope it's not longer than this season, but we want to be around next season and the year after that. And our 50th anniversary is coming up, and we want to still be here. We want our singers to still be making music together. So this year's Fund a Dream is helping us into the future. It's helping us stay afloat. It's helping us continue to do the things that we do, to perform concerts for you, to commission new works, to make CDs, to just do all the things that Seattle Pro Musica does best. As you know, we had to cancel Shall Not Be Denied. We've had to cancel our May concerts, which were called Smythe and Mozart. It was Ethel Smythe's Mass in D and Mozart's Great Mass in C minor. Both of those we can't do this year. And we are, however, planning to do them next year. We will do them next year. And we've already got dates and venues lined up for March and May of 2021. So those things will happen. We will sing together again, and we will do it with all of your help. Now is your opportunity to join together in this Fun to Dream, Fun to Need. I'm calling this one SOS, Save Our Smythe, or Save Our Shall Not Be Denied, because we want to do these next year. And I know that all the singers want to do them as well. So will you all help us to get there? We're hoping to raise $35,000 to take Pro Musica into the next season in a healthy position to be able to complete our upcoming season. And I'm going to turn this back over to Katie, who will let you know just how you can do that. And thank you so much.
Karen, you're making people cry. It's pretty rude. So when you're on the main page for the Roaring 2020s auction, you'll see that there are 3 tabs at the top. The first says Home, the second says Bidding, and the third says Donations. If you click the Donations tab, that will take you to our Fun to Dream portal, where you can select a donation amount or enter a custom amount. You can donate as yourself, you can donate anonymously, or you can donate as your company, as your family, however you want your donation to be counted. You can donate through this portal, and we will also accept your donations via check or cash. If you want to send us cash, I guess we'll take your cash. But those will come in. We'll take those over the next 2 weeks. And as Karen said, we'll hope to reach $35,000. As of right now, we are already to $6,175, according to my most recently updated site. And thank you so much to those of you who've already given to our Fun to Dream tonight. Thank you, Elizabeth Newland. Thank you, Gail Broder. Thank you, Casey Stevens. Thank you, Charlotte Scobold. Oh, hi, Carly. Thank you, Katie Oman and Kevin Ferry and David Kendall and Mike and Karen Brigado and Ruth Kahn and David Owen Hastings and Melinda and Jack Jordan and Sam and Mona Dworkin, Dwight Beckmeyer and Karen Thomas. We're grateful to you all for your support of saving our songs, our Smythe, our Shall Not Be Denied, and our SPM, really. I know it seems kind of dramatic, but it feels kind of dramatic at this point. It's not a desperate situation so much, but it is important to be able to move forward in the future, in the way in which we operate depends on you and your generosity. So thank you again very much for this. If you have questions about ways to donate, you can contact me at any point. I'm very happy to respond to you. Katie@seattlepromusica.org is my email address. Now, what am I supposed to do now? What am I supposed to do now? Oh, I did have a question I need to answer. Apparently, there are issues reaching the SPM office. There are folks who are trying to talk to Josh about changing their bids or upping their bids or getting bid in. If you can't reach the office, which apparently is the case, email joshua@seattlepromusica.org and send him your phone number. And as soon as he can call you from the office. It seems to be an issue getting through the voicemail. Usually what it is you call our number, you press 0, it rings through. That seems to not be working tonight. But if you email Josh and leave him your phone number, or call the office and leave your phone number, he'll get back to you as soon as he can. Or you can, again, contact Kelly or the folks at Max Giving to work through your issues. And answering an earlier question about auto bid, if you reach out to Kelly, then they can end your auto bid at your current bid if you need to do that. So again, Kelly is available at support@maxgiving.com. So if you're auto bidding on one of the live items tonight, you should reach out immediately. If you're auto bidding on something else, you could perhaps decide to wait until tomorrow. Thank you so much. All right, I am sending this back to Wes, who has some entertaining content for you.
Thank you, Katie. So those of you who are at last year's auction will, this will hopefully be a pleasant memory for you. If you hadn't attended last year's auction and you've been hearing this name, Ethel Smythe, tossed around. Oh, we're doing this big piece by Ethel Smythe. Ethel Smythe, yeah. You might be wondering, well, who is Ethel Smythe, really. So we, to explain our Fun to Dream project from last year, put together a video that would help folks understand, that Ethel Smythe was in fact a very important composer, and we relied on Karen to give us the real deal on who she was. So here's that video for you now.
Ethel Ethel Smythe, amazing composer. When she was really little, she knew she wanted to be a composer. But her father, he was like some military dude, and he was like, "No, baby Ethel, no, you're not going to do that because you're a girl. You're going to have babies." And she was like, "Yeah, you, Dad. I'm going to be a composer." So Ethel wrote some awesome music, and the critics, sometimes they would be like, "Oh, this is really rather masculine for a lady composer." And she'd be like, "No, I just write what I write. You shut up." And then if she wrote something kind of, nice and pretty, they'd be like, "Oh, this is just not very weighty. She's not a real composer. She's just a lady composer." And she'd be like, "I can't win. I can't win." Dame Ethel also was a lesbian, and she had a lot of girlfriends, and she fell in love with Virginia Woolf hard. She fell hard. And she was like, "Virginia, baby, you, me, baby, you, me." And Virginia Woolf was like, "I don't know, that's kind of funny, but it's like being caught by a giant crab. I don't know, no." Yeah, so I don't think they did. She was also a suffragette. She was fighting for women's rights. She was part of, it was a demonstration and throw some shit through the windows of men, because they were all men, in Parliament who did not vote for women's suffrage. So throw some bricks and some shit through their windows. So she did. And she got arrested, and she went to jail. Before she went to jail, she wrote this piece called "The March of the Women for the Suffragette Movement." And it would be sung at demonstrations. So she was in jail, and when she was in jail, she would conduct from her jail cell all these women out in the courtyard. She'd be leaning out her window with a toothbrush, because they wouldn't give her a baton. It's a weapon. With a toothbrush, going, "Sing my music! Sing my music!" And they did. She wrote the Mass in D. Great piece, huge mass setting for orchestra, soloist, choir, massive mass. Just phenomenal. This is a great piece. We're going to do this piece, Mass in D. It's f***ing awesome. We'll do it. Okay, are you getting material you can use?
Oh, yes!
Okay.
Oh my God, yes.
It's running, right?
Oh yeah, it's running.
Great, that's gonna be perfect.
Much thanks to everybody who helped us make that video last year. It was quite a production. I'm glad it came off as well as it did. And now I'm going to turn things back over to Katie, who's going to talk to us more about just all of our wonderful supporters.
This online auction experience, such a first for us, such a new thing to pivot from doing an in-person auction, which is, stressful and marvelous and fun and extraordinary. And you have made this stressful and marvelous and fun and extraordinary. And I'm so grateful to you. I don't even know what I'm supposed to do next. I have nothing else to say. I'm just so thrilled. Thank you so much. I'm going to send it back to you, Wes. I think you're trying to take it away.
Thank you. I too am amazed, so gratified that all of our crazy behind the scenes scrambling is just created a fun evening for all. And thank you all so much for being here, for watching us, for listening, for commenting, for bidding especially. And it's just so great to be able to do this for you all and everything that you're doing for us as well. It's just a pleasure to be serving this organization in this way. I'm going to go ahead and just let folks know again that we're going to be back here in 2 weeks. So if you have any fun photos from tonight of your celebration, please do send them in. We will also have some other musical selections to share with you. I also want to thank, again, Dwight Beckmeyer for providing so much wonderful music for tonight. I want to thank Danielle Barnum and Shia Lyon for their beautiful photography, which you've been enjoying during the course of this show. And I will now pass it to Katie and Karen for any final thanks.
Oh, hey, Karen, can you take it? Because I'm doing math. You do, and then you send it back to me. You do this, I'll come back here.
Okay.
Okay.
That is fair enough, because you know what I don't do? I don't do math. I do conducting, which, if you can get to 4 is good. I can get to 7 or even 11 and 13, but, math, no. I also do this, which I'm going to continue throughout the evening, and I bet the rest of you are as well, because as Wes said, you can keep bidding. There were only 4 items that were live tonight. So everything else that's up there stays up. You can continue to refresh your beverages, bid away, and it'll be up for 2 weeks. You can also invite your friends to join and register at any time. Registration is still open for the next 2 weeks. So anybody can hop in at any point, bid on any items they want. So please do continue to share this information with people. And as Katie said earlier, we will have new items, some of which are very cool. Like there's a table read coming up, like we had last year, which was a very hot item. So be checking back for those things and for other items that you want to make sure you're bidding on. So I want to say a huge thank you to the auction committee, who have done a tremendous job in helping to pull this together and turn what was going to be a live auction that we knew how to do into an online auction that we didn't know how to do. And the person who really made this online auction work and made it possible at all is Wes Kim. Wes, the genius. He did that drunk history video. He's done all our videos, and he pulled this thing together in just, a couple of weeks, which is amazing to me. So huge shout out to Wes. And then a big shout out to Josh Gailey, who is our new person in the office. He only started working in February, and he just got thrown right into the fire with, not only having an auction coming up, but having a whole different kind of auction. And he's been working like a champ and just doing a great job. Thank you, Josh. Thank you to Katie, who always excels at everything, from doing math to making cocktails to singing to running the entire organization, and always doing it with a smile and a great attitude. Thank you, Katie.
You are very lovely.
I think maybe she's ready to come back and give us some numbers.
Yeah, she's almost ready to come back. The thing about numbers is that they're just so small. They're just so small. It's too small. But actually, these numbers are really big. So according to our actual final closing, Kelly has texted me with the numbers. I've got Real Truth. Bidder number 125 won the pizza gift card at 150. That is you, Jenny Spence. Thank you so much. Bidder number 185. It's Jeff and Adrian, won the tomatoes at $1,500. So thrilled about that. The Orcas Island getaway went to bidder number 114, and I don't know who that is yet. So I'm gonna just scroll and find out who that is. Great job. Thank you so much. And the dinner on the dinner with a view went for $2,600 to Jim Barcher, which is extraordinary and really gets us almost to $25,000 raised in this one night on those 4 auction items and our funded dream so far. And that is absolutely stunning. So all the thank yous have been thanked, it looks like. I mean, I know Karen went through my whole list there. Auction committee, Josh, Wes, Karen herself. Special thanks to Kelly Hart from Max Giving for her live support in our auction tonight. So appreciate you, Kelly. This has been really wonderful. But thank you to everyone who showed up. We really had no idea if anyone would actually show up to the live stream, to the online opening bidding. We just didn't know. And we're so grateful to you for being here, for making us feel connected to you, our beloved community, even in these times when we have to stay away from each other. So thank you for your financial support, because that's what allows us to keep doing what we do and pivot and do other things and continue to support our mission. And thank you for your community support, for your presence, for your moral support, for your kind words, for your generosity of spirit in these past few weeks as we deal with this huge pile of the unknown. So again, thank you so, so much. We're so grateful. It's remarkable. You're remarkable.
Everything Katie said and more. Thank you all. And we'll see you again in 2 weeks. So good night, everybody.
Good night. Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.
Cheers.